this video we will review some of the best coffee shops in London. But before we start, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. The coffee culture in London is always developing, and extremely competitive. Antipodean immigrants brought third-wave coffee culture to London in the early 2000s, initially in culinary central locations like Soho, then moving east and finally conquering all corners of the metropolis. But where can you get the greatest coffee in town? From silky smooth hipster brews and social businesses to the greatest Italian espresso, the editors of Condé Nast Traveller have chosen the best coffee in London, organised by location. Central London's top coffee shops. 7 Dials, Monmouth Coffee. The first Monmouth Coffee, on picturesque Monmouth Street in 7 Dials, started in 1978, long before artisan coffee was popular. Anita Leroy, the creator, is one half of a Covent Garden power couple with Randolph Hodgson, the founder of Neal's Yard Dairy. They launched a second, and perhaps most well-known, branch in Borough Market in 2007. You've probably seen the lines winding around the corner on Saturday mornings. The crew is rigorously educated on the various taste notes of the beans so that they can assist you in finding your perfect cup of coffee. A third location, in the Bermondsey Railway Arches where the Monmouth HQ is located, is only accessible on Saturdays and is more of an insider's secret than the first two. For the time being, however. Monmouth Coffee Company is located at 27 Monmouth Street, Covent Garden, London WC2H9EU. Soho's Bar Italia. This is the closest thing London has to a genuine Italian coffee experience. It has been in the family since 1949 and provides rocket fuel espresso as well as lots of Mediterranean shrugs from the apron servers. It's open from 7 a.m. until 3 a.m., so coffee time may easily transition into Negroni hour. Take a seat outdoors and see the bustle of Frith Street, which is as vibrant as the red and green neon Bar Italia sign above. Bar Italia is located at 22 Frith Street, Soho, London W1D4RF. Fitzrovia, Caffeine. In London, caffeine is probably the closest thing to the New Zealand coffee shop culture. A lively slip with red brick walls, box crate tables, and stylish black accents. Counters are piled high with artisan sandwiches, creative salads, and freshly baked sweet delights. The banana bread, served toasted and covered in butter, is a must, and a staple of most good Kiwi cafes. Meanwhile, the coffee is robust, smooth, and consistently delicious. Because it's such a busy location, you might have to share a table with a stranger, but don't be put off. The crowd here is always welcoming. If there's no room at the Great Titchfield Street location, they've established a somewhat larger one only 5 minutes away on East Castle Street. Olivia Holborough's. Caffeine is located in 66 Great Titchfield Street in Fitzrovia, London W1W7QJ, and 15 East Castle Street in Fitzrovia, London W1T3AY. Algerian coffee shops in Soho. This charming Soho business has been caffeinating Londoners since it began in 1887, making it less of a coffee shop and more of a coffee institution. Although people weren't sipping lattes back then, entering inside the characteristic red-fronted Old Compton Street business seems like a trip back in time, and a peek at the old black and white images on their website shows that the displays have scarcely altered. Floor-to-ceiling wooden shelves are piled with canisters of freshly roasted beans from across the world and all the coffee-making accessories you could want. Shining mocha pots of all sizes, packs of filter papers, cafe tires, and copper Turkish coffee makers. There's also a good assortment of loose leaf teas if you're like that. Aside from providing everything you need for your daily home brew, they also have a reliable Astoria coffee machine in the midst of the tight shop, serving out some of the cheapest and finest coffee in town. You can have a single, or double, syrupy espresso for £1, or a strong latte or cappuccino for £1.20. Unfortunately, it is takeout or standing room only, but at that price, no one is complaining. Sonia Barber's. Algerian Coffee Stores is located at 52 Old Compton Street in Soho, London W1D4 Peter Bites. Fitzrovia Workshop Coffee. The coffee, rather than the establishment, is the focus here. Workshop pushed our coffee habit to addiction when we enrolled to their delivery service to receive an always delightful surprise bag through the door every month, with the goal of creating the greatest possible brew accessible each year. Each one came with a lovely postcard outlining where our coffee had come from Rwanda to El Salvador, Brazil to Ethiopia. The central London store, one of only a few workshops in the city, is more of a stop-and-go spot, but there is a communal room out back, lined by seats and with a library atmosphere, if you desire some quiet time with your cup and a book. Becky Lucas wrote this. Fitzrovia, London W1W7FE, 80 Mortimer Street. Covent Garden Percent Arabica. This sleek and high-end Japanese specialty coffee business has made its way to the UK, debuting in Covent Garden and East London's Broadway market at the same time. With exposed brick, bone-white countertops, and the characteristic coffee machine, a modified Slayer espresso, as the star of the show, there's a sleek and clean atmosphere here. And the coffee is as serious as the design is stylish. Percent Arabica roasts its own beans, on-site in the case of the Broadway Market flagship, and creator Kenneth Shoji personally selects the beans for the venue. Choose a standard flat white or espresso macchiato, or try the Spanish latte, which is served with sticky condensed milk. Pro tip: their Kyoto Arashiyama shop is worth the halfway trip around the world. Catherine Soanes. Address: 5 King Street, Covent Garden, London WC2E8HN. Fitzrovia's Omotesando Coffee. This Fitzrovia coffee shop is not your average third-wave hangout. It is part of Eiichi Kunitomo's cafe company, which he began as a one-man business in Tokyo in 2011. Offshoots have now sprouted up in Hong Kong, Bangkok, and Singapore, as well as here in Europe for the first time. The simple environment has to be one of the most zen spots in central London to get a coffee fix. Inside, there are concrete walls and stripped-back wooden surfaces with space for a few people to perch and people watch, as well as a cubic counter sitting elegantly in the center, where you can take a seat and converse with your barista about how you'd like your coffee brewed. Sarah James's Omotesando Coffee is located in Rathbone Square in London, W1T1 Peter Byte. Fitzrovia, Kiss the Hippo. Is this the world's most environmentally conscious coffee shop? Kiss the Hippo has grown from strength to ethical strength since launching its first shop in Richmond a few years ago. The cafe supports a number of charities, including the Rainforest Trust UK and the National Literacy Trust, and collaborates with the Just a Drop Clean Water Foundation. Packaging is biodegradable, the food menu is locavoris. Try the Eggs Benedict or white chocolate iced cinnamon roll, customer favorites for good reason, and, most impressively, its in-house roastery produces blends and single origin options certified organic by the Soil Association. To top it all off, the baristas at Kiss the Hippo create fantastic coffee. If you prefer drip coffee, try the mellow Guatemalan beans, or the Colombian, Honduran George Street blend if you prefer a silky flat white. Lauren Hepburn's Kiss the Hippo is located at 51 Margaret Street, Fitzrovia, London W1W8SG. Bloomsbury's Lever and Bloom. This is a bright red coffee cart, not a store, that sits on Bing Place in Bloomsbury, rain or shine. While your order will have to be taken away, Lever and Bloom has all the charm of your favorite neighborhood cafe. Munir, the barista, knows his clients by name, as well as their orders, which are produced using Klimpson and Sons beans, while Elena, the business partner, supplies the sellout pastries. Try the Moroccan Greba, a healthy matcha almond biscuit. Sarah James's Lever and Bloom is located at Bing Place in Bloomsbury, London, WC1E7JJ. East London's top coffee shops. Dalston All-Press Espresso Roastery and Cafe. All-Press Espresso, a New Zealand coffee staple, introduced its characteristic smooth roasted beans and easygoing surfer feel to London in 2010, when it established a cafe and roastery on Redchurch Street. It quickly became the go-to coffee destination in Shoreditch, and it was so popular that when the lease expired in 2015, it realized it had outgrown the premises and relocated to an airy former joiner's factory in Dalston, while maintaining a welcoming tiny espresso bar on Redchurch Street. The Hackney mothership is a coffee connoisseur's dream, serving fruity filters, smooth espressos, potent cold brews, and freshly ground beans right next to the roasting magic. This is the epitome of bean to cup. Sandwiches and breakfast platters are also good, and on a bright day, the leafy front yard is a surprisingly tranquil place to drink a morning brew. Sonia Barber's All Press Espresso Roastery and Cafe is located at 55 Dalston Lane, London E8. Shoreditch's Ozone Coffee. This East London coffee roastery has been in operation since 1998, making it one of the most well-established establishments on the relatively young artisan coffee sector. The Shoreditch headquarters has a hipster-friendly sign, "Coffee," with a giant arrow spray painted in white into the brick wall next to the door, and baristas dressed in denim aprons. But their beans supply some of London's finest cafes, including Marden but First Coffee, both of which appear on this list, and the knowledgeable staff pull some of the city's best espresso shots. Not just a pretty face, then, but a brilliant place for a caffeine hit at one of the original coffee greats. Sarah James's Ozone Coffee is located at 11 Leonard Street, London, EC2A4AQ. Shoreditch is the origin. Origin, tucked up on a tiny road off busy Old Street, is where Shoreditch's genuine coffee connoisseurs go for their daily fix. The cafe is typical East London slick, with concrete flooring and crisp lines, but it has a more neighborhood vibe, and the baristas greet many customers by name. The coffee itself is a ritual, made with such care that you'll never be served a terrible cup. This is one of the greatest coffee shops in the region, giving a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of London life. Olivia Holborough's Origin is located at 65 Charlotte Road, London EC2A3PE. Haggerston's Towpath Cafe. We appreciate a coffee shop that refuses to offer coffee in useless takeaway cups. The backdrop is wonderfully tranquil. Watch a family of swans or a chugging narrowboat glide past, and the cuisine is superb, made in a little kitchen only a few feet from the lake. The Uzi grilled cheese sandwich is served with tart quince jelly, the fried eggs are topped with dukkha and coriander, and the ideal flat white concludes the meal. The Towpath Cafe is located at 42 de Beauvoir Crescent, Haggerston, London N15SB. Flying Horse Coffee is located in Hackney's Mare Street Market. This Hackney indoor market is one of several food halls that have opened in the city in recent years. Inside, it's one of the most beautiful places in this primarily industrial neighborhood, with black and white tiled flooring, turquoise tiles, big plants in terracotta pots dotting the floor, and a neon liquor store sign floating above a floor-to-ceiling bottle shop. Set up shop at the in-house roastery, Flying Horse Coffee, and order a super smooth, Melbourne-style flat white. If you're in a hurry, there's a hole in the wall where you can get a quick coffee, and if the weather's nice, there's seats outdoors. Buy a croissant from the deli at Mare Street Market or a basket of bright tulips from the independent florist Rebel, which is located across the street. Sarah James's Mare Street Market is located at 117 Mare Street, London E8 4RU. The City of Roslyn. If it weren't for its central position, Rosslyn would be hipster specialty coffee utopia. On busy weekday mornings, suited city workers queue up, and instead of Polaroids, pages of the Financial Times are tacked to the wall. The workers here know their regular clients by name and, more impressively, by ETA. One financier tells me this is the only cafe she'll visit near her office. It's hardly surprising given how delicious the coffee is, not to mention the buttery pains au chocolat. Filter, espresso, and milk-based beverages are made using carefully obtained Brazilian and Honduran single-origin roasts, as well as a two-bean mix from Nicaragua and El Salvador. The milk is always wonderfully smooth, and the latte art is always masterfully done. With St. Paul's, the Barbican, Leadenhall Market, and the Bank of England all within walking distance, a day seeing London's most historic landmarks should begin here. Lauren Hepburn's Rosslyn is located at 78 Queen Victoria Street in London, EC4N4SJ. Bethnal Green, second shot. The name isn't simply a clever pun. This East London coffee business employs people who have experienced homelessness and get training to help them find long-term work. There's also a pay-it-forward system in place. Visitors may pay for 2 coffees, or an additional piece of cake or a basic dinner, and receive only one. The second is there for someone living on the street to claim later. Coffees are brewed using beans from throughout the world, and there's a large selection of munchies, including a vegan acai bowl. West End lads and girls have a chance, too, with a sister shop opening in Marylebone in the summer of 2019. Sarah James's second shot is located at 475 Bethnal Green Road in London, E29QH. Farringdon Prufrock Coffee. Prufrock dominated the artisan coffee scene long before the #latte became popular. The coffee here has received honors, and the wide menu extends beyond espresso-based beverages, with a painstakingly curated range of filter coffees available at the brew bar, which varies its menu weekly. The almond croissant is delicious, but the field mushrooms with aioli and Graceburn cheese are a must-order for a true London breakfast. To drink, regardless of the weather, the iced filter coffee is always worth ordering. Sarah James's Prufrock Coffee is located at 23 to 25 Leather Lane, Clerkenwell, London, EC1N7TE. North London's top coffee shops. West Hampstead Intermission. The thick of the epidemic proved to be a shockingly great moment to launch this modest coffee shop at the crossroads of West Hampstead's train stations. With the neighborhood buzzing with ex-city slickers now working from home, the emergence of a coffee shop worthy of Soho or Borough Market was a welcome addition to the local culinary scene. Every day, lines form outside the door as residents wait for silky flat whites and freshly prepared cold beers served in beautiful pastel cups painted by Brooklyn-based Tommy And the team ensures that every component, from the supply chain to the biodegradable lids, is as environmentally friendly as possible. Sarah James's Intermission is located in Unit 2 Hardy Building, Heritage Lane, London NW62BR. Camden's The Coffee Jar. This little coffee shop is just far enough away from the overcrowded Camden Market that you should be able to fit onto the small table by the window, a great people-watching site to take in the area's diverse population, even on a weekend. Yotam Ottolenghi, a Camden resident, recommends this quaint eatery with plenty of dark wood and a countertop brimming with handcrafted sweets. If you're not in the mood for a full brunch, the helpful staff will prepare half portions of any of the brunch meals, which include basic plates like smoked salmon and cream cheese bagels. Monmouth beans, one of our favourite central London roasters, are used to make the coffee, which is served on mismatched bohemian china. Spill outside in the summer and take a seat on the chairs in front of the black and white sharp front with a mason jar iced coffee. The coffee jar is located at 83 Parkway, Camden Town, London NW17PP. Crouch End pint-sized independent coffee shop with Wi-Fi Lo-Fi debuted in Crouch End in October 2020, during the worst days of lockdown, and quickly established a powerful and larger-than-life presence. It was founded by Jade Summers and Jameson Gilvary, and their pug, Juno, and focuses on local products, sustainability, and establishing a welcoming ambience, the latter of which it excels at thanks to its charming, coffee nut baristas such as Yellow from Taiwan and Eliza from Italy. The fresh croissants, energy bombs, particularly the blood orange and cinnamon version, and banana bread are all too gorgeous to pass up, and there are also grilled sandwiches and a variety of toast alternatives, but you come for the coffee. The bean game here is so popular that people often line outside the bijou half a shop room for it, crafted to your specific desire with any style of milk or froth design you might be in the mood for. Lo-Fi is located at 11 Broadway, Crouch End, London N89DE. South London's best coffee shops. Borough Gentleman Baristas. Since its inception in Southwark in 2014, this indie coffee chain has expanded rapidly, with locations in Fitzrovia, super cool South London destinations Flatiron Square and Vinegar Yard, and out east in Poplar. But the second location in Borough, just a few calm streets away from the craziness of Borough Market, remains our favourite. Two charming rooms with loads of exposed brick, a chalkboard menu, and fresh pastries towering on the counter are hidden behind the stylish green facade. Take a seat in the back and order a coffee brewed using the Gentleman Barista's own beans, which are available in 6 single-origin varieties ranging from Brazilian to Kenyan, and a slice of thick sourdough bread spread in house-made peanut butter. The Gentleman Baristas is located at 63 Union Street, London SE11SG. Clapham's Bean About Town. Bean About Town began by pouring coffee from the side of a little truck parked near Clapham North Tube Station. When the lineups for the Northern Line became too long, they moved to Landor Road and now provide a complete brunch menu, as well as fresh pasta and pizza. Almost all of the staff are Italian. The coffee is delicious, and comes in biodegradable mugs, and friends regularly ask me to pick up vegan banana bread slabs to take across town. Wait for your takeout at the window, where you may make friends with the Clapham clientele's Dachshunds, which now outnumber Australians in the area. Anna Prendergasts. Bean About Town, 6 Landor Road, SW99PP, London. Dulwich Village's Redemption Roasters. Redemption Roasters Roastery is housed within HMP The Mount, with an aim to assist offenders reintegrate into society. The firm also offers to help convicts find jobs following release. It is the largest employer of its own graduates, and the brand prioritizes local and independent suppliers. Sure, your everyday coffee has a social impact, but it's also tasty. The El Diablo blend has a sweet, fruity flavor, while the Aylesbury has nutty overtones. The business has launched its 7th location in Dulwich Village, bringing the total number of locations to 7, with each offering a variety of lunch, brunch, and pastry options as well as substantial coffee menus. Abigail Malbons. Redemption Roasters is located at 29 Dulwich Village, London SE 217BN. Peckham's Blackbird Bakery. This south of the river franchise, which has bakeries in Crystal Palace, Balham, and East Dulwich, as well as under the arches of Queen's Road Peckham Station, produces some of London's greatest sourdough. The counter is piled high with delectable cakes and tarts, such as lime and courgette or carrot with thick layers of cream cheese icing. Everything is handmade, even the jam and cereal, and the croissants are large and full of exquisite layers. Most importantly, the coffee is freshly ground and roasted locally. There are freelancers working here all day, and there is always a lengthy but moving coffee line. Blackbird Bakery is located at 134 Queen's Road, Peckham, London SE 15 2nd. Peckham's Old Spike. This Peckham hangout roasts its own beans and serves dependably excellent specialty coffee, but it also provides vocational training for the homeless. Since its arrival in Peckham in 2015, the original business has rejected a sister, Spike plus Earl, and is also on the menu at local favorite coal rooms. They also create delicious pastel de nata. Old Spike Roastery, 4 Junior, 54 Peckham Rye, Shea 15 4 Junior, London. For the last decade, Brixton Federation's fresh pastries, latte art, and sourdough toast with toppings like artichoke and white beans or goat's cheese and blackberry have drawn locals into Brixton Village. It was purchased by neighboring restaurant Salon in 2015, and it has subsequently improved its coffee game to meet Salon's high standards, using London roasted beans and unique blends. The emphasis here is purely on the coffee, rather than the decor. It's basic yet effective, and the cheery baristas will provide you with just as much energy as the caffeine. Anna Prendergasts. Brixton Village and Market Row Markets, 77 to 78 Coldharbour Lane, Brixton, London SW98PS. West London's top coffee shops. Notting Hill Coffee Plant. This no-frills Portobello Road tradition began as a coffee roasting, magazine publishing combine. The magazine has now gone out of business, but the coffee is still brewing. Tourists get their lattes at the nearby chain. Longtime Notting Hill residents come here for the greatest macchiato in the West and to stock up on organic and fair trade beans. Coffee Plant is located at 180 Portobello Road, Notting Hill, London W11 2EB. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel, since we will be covering a lot of similar content in the future. Till next time, stay curious.